say a special good morning to those of you listening to Classic Radio 105.5, 105.9. Those of you viewing GBN TV, good morning to you also. Hope all is well. Those of you via social media platforms, good morning and welcome. To the point, it's Thursday. It's the 26th day of June, 2025. Folks, usually on Thursday, we know we do entertain various departments within the RGPF, but so sorry we not have anyone representing this morning, which would leave us to diverting directly into an open line edition this morning. Yes, the opportunity is presented to you, listeners and viewers out there. Let's hear your calls, express your views, your concerns, of course, pertaining to situations that may be of concern to you, or issues that you may like to speak about, concerns that you have that you want to bring to the fore. And, I like to always chip in that little solution. Say, I think I have a solution to a particular issue that I would like to bring to the fore. So feel free to do that within this segment, folks. 435-2041. We have the WhatsApp. We have the of course the straight line. Both are available to you this morning to give me that call. If you're using the WhatsApp, you also have the option of course sending a message via the WhatsApp. I'll certainly read it out. So let's hear from you folks. 435-2041. 435-2041. Already see the lines are going, and I certainly like when folks take the opportunity to get things rolling off that way. Let's say good morning to my first caller. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Telesford.
Good morning to you, sir. How are you doing, sir?
How are you?
Doing good. Doing good.
I can't sit down. You know that song, Mr. Telesford?
Probably somewhere.
Oh,
I've heard
probably, man. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Listen, that was just Mr. Telesford?
Yes, sir.
This here country, I am totally convinced, is a Diku country, as we have categorized it. A country born and bred. Or should I say a country or a nation, so-called? In deceit, hypocrisy, injustice, corruption, untrustworthiness, and you know what untrustworthiness encompasses, Mr. Telesford? In recent times, there's been an issue raising its head once more relative to modifications of our constitutional architecture proposed by one of our greatest constitution gurus, Francis Alexis, and I suppose backed up by the wolf pack of colonial-minded and colonialist practicing Bar Association of Grenada. And we can't leave out, of course, the Grenada Monarchist League. Defenders, serious protagonists in the defense of colonialism on the minds and physical state of our people in this here country. Agents of colonialism, they are, Mr. Telesford. But hear this one without going too far. They propose to change the aspect of the Constitution as it relates to the swearing. Have you heard it, Mr. Telesford? They propose
yes,
now to say
I have heard about it.
We should not be swearing. They now know that. We should not be swearing to Her Majesty the Queen, her heirs, as one of them put it one time. Lord of mercy in this here country. The heirs and successors. And to put it instead to Grenada. Well, hallelujah. I love that. Long overdue. But there is something significant, Mr. Telesford and Grenada. Let's get straight to the point. Would this maquillage make up this superficial, hypocritical approach to try to sway the people's mindset away? Would that change, and I want to underline this here, would that change Section 57 of this pit latrine pamphlet of an imperial order and council of the Queen's most excellent majesty, established on the 19th of December 1973? Obviously, it wouldn't. It cannot. Section 57 said, I think there was Section 20 and 20, or somewhere in the vicinity, 20, there, which said that there shall be, or there will be, a Governor General. Who appoints a Governor General? The monarchy. Well, now is a king. Section 57 says, crystally very clearly there to be read, brothers, and to understand that the executive authority of Grenada is vested in His Majesty the King. ... And it went on to say further, it's important to know this too, that this authority may be executed by the Governor General. Who appointed the Governor General? They themselves. Did you ever vote for Governor General? I'm sorry, hypothetical question. You don't have to answer. No, the Grenadian people never appointed a governor, never voted for Governor General. He represented the big king, and we heard it from time to time over Saturday. But I want to end by just reminding brothers and sisters. Only Sunday on another program, these days a lot of what you call them again podcasts and so on, hosted by Ewart Lane, where he interviewed this chap called Didicus Jules of the OECS fame. He is the top man there. I can't remember the position. They changed the position so often, but he's like the manager, the chief executive officer, whatever. But he made some very significant observations. He said to the Grenada, I want you to take a look at this Grenada. Legalize, I gave them some publicity. Legalize last Sunday, the last 15 minutes, from 1 hour 50 minutes thereabout to 2 hours 5 minutes thereabout. Listen to it and listen to what Didicus Jules said. I'll just give you a little synopsis here. He said that he was advised by a judge. These learned people, that category of people, that caste. He said that he was told that he was referring out to the status of our quote-unquote independence, can be, his own verb, rescinded by the Parliament of the United Kingdom because our quote-unquote independence was granted by an act of Parliament of the United Kingdom. Clearly, this has been our history. Nothing wrong with that. But why tell us that we're politically independent? The statement that the question to the host was, the response of the host is that yes, and he confirmed it, but we all know, some of us who take care of this matter, look at this matter seriously, is that it was an order in council, referring therefore to the document that was published in 2002, 23 years ago, brothers and sisters, by a commission led by Nicholas Liverpool et al., may he rest in peace, when he advised, and he and his team advised us, that in fact, Grenada has never been a politically independent and sovereign nation state. Never. The second paragraph of the document, the advisory document, went like this. It is instructive to note that neither the document terminating Grenada's state of association with the United Kingdom nor the current constitution are in effect resolutions of the Parliament of Grenada, but on the face, imperial orders in council of the Queen's most excellent majesty. And he then went on to tell us what to do in our bid to renew the constitutional architecture of this country. But yet they're telling us that we're independent. How is possible? I draw your attention to this, brothers and sisters, as I wind up here. There's a United Nations Declaration on Decolonization, or sometimes called the United Nations Declaration on the Granting of Independence to Colonial Countries and Peoples of 1960. This is where our defense is. The British government cannot continue to maintain Grenada in this state of acquiescence, subservience, and subjugation to the British Crown, damn it, in this modern times of 2025. Let us defy this hogwash and challenge them. We have all right to do it. United Nations documentation. A challenge finally, Mr. Telesford. These constitutional gurus, there are 3 words, adjectives in English language, which are very famous for describing lawyers. Pompous, mendacious and meretricious. Look up the meaning of these words, you'll see these kind of people. They're deceitful, they're evil. Let us challenge them. They are the people who are holding Grenada in conjunction with the United Kingdom government in the state of demeaning subjugation. And we have to challenge them. I'll say no more on the matter for now. But I hear they come in with a ringy-dingy to change it superficially. That will change nothing. Independence is what we need. Our rights to govern our own country free from the stronghold, the stranglehold of the United Kingdom upon us. We have all rights in the world today. Thank you, Mr. Telesford.
Thank you, Cole. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Have a great morning yourself, and thanks for your contribution. 435-2041. The lines are open once again. We have an open line edition this morning. We're looking at 13 minutes going down after the 9 o'clock hour this morning. 435-2041. And I'm seeing someone making a contribution this morning via the WhatsApp, and they are saying, good morning. I think the government is to decriminalize or legalize marijuana. They should give it a probation period first and should test the public attitude towards it. That's a contribution from someone via the WhatsApp. Caller, you're live. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Jay.
Good morning, Jay, sir. How you doing, man?
Is there a particular topic or you have
No, we have an open line this morning. No particular topic or subject matter this morning. You're free to bring whatever you would like to the fore.
Okay, good, brother. Yesterday, you had the Honourable Minister from St. Patrick's East, and I tried to get him, but the line was tight. And I wouldn't complain because some of them supporters of NDC, when they can't get in, they complain and they say, oh, you're this and you're that. I hope they recognized yesterday the same thing happened yesterday, and nobody's complaining. But my point is that the houses, after the hurricane, women that new built a house, the roof got blown off. The government stepped in. All they had to do, just put back a roof on the woman house. Simple. 1, 2, 3. This guy came from St. George's, a contractor. I don't know who get him or where they get him. The woman begged him, don't break down the house, because she knew to build the house and she knew the house is strong. And her brother live in the same yard, he's a builder. Yeah? They came and they break down the house completely. And then the contractor started the house and he turned it back and he never come back. But I heard the minister admit yesterday, because all along you were saying, no, everything is nice, but you admit yesterday that there's a lot of wrong thing going on with these houses up here. Most of the houses of them are leaking. And they have all kind of explanation why they're leaking. Yeah, I bet you in the coming months you're going to see pictures and videos where houses are leaking in the up here. Newly built houses, the government spend all that money on, waste money on the house. So see what happened. After the hurricane, the government did what they have to do: go around and check all the houses and then who get broken down and stuff like that. They called a meeting. I remember my friends who's contractors. They went to the meeting. And they tell them bring in the PIN number, whatever, everything is okay. Somewhere along the line, when the information gets back to the ministry, we have to reach. Somebody in there decided, no. They're going to put that house them in bunches and give whoever they want to give, their friends from St. George's or wherever they're from, Carriacou or wherever they're from. They come up in St. Patrick to build houses. And they started to contract the house now to local men who is not builders, so they could turn around how they want and twist how they want. Most people in the countryside know these people are not builders. They can't build. They can't even drive in a nail. But you give them a house to build, to manage a house, a construction site. How does somebody who don't know what that could get that done? And this blind don't understand what they're doing. When you're doing a house, you don't just give a partner, yours or a friend, you give somebody that can manage and build a house. When the product is finished, you get a complete, a real house. You don't get something that's going to be repaired in 2 weeks' time and it will be like a ghetto. So when the wind blows, you're going to move up some wood and put it back. So I believe this whole housing project by the government, which should have a nice name, Build Back Better, is a major disaster. And you spend all that money go to waste it. Because most of the houses that is Build Back Better, you have to go back and fix it in. Because they're not built properly, they're leaking. People are complaining in the countryside up here. They're complaining and they're afraid to talk because some of them, they're afraid to talk. Why is that? So the minister now come out and say, yes, he admits that. And he was saying all along, no, that's a lie, but he admitted yesterday. And the lady that the house broken down, and the leave it and go, that woman is still without a house. Yes, there are people across the past year, River Sally government past year. If we got the house broken down, they still ain't got a house. Yes, there are people that didn't have a house up here. Supporters of the NDC who didn't have a house, who get brand new house. How does that happen? Who make that happen? So this corruption is so deep here. It's serious. And who caused that? Who was the culprit behind that? Figure it out, Grenadians. Who was the man behind all this foolishness and organize it?
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning here on today's program. Open line edition of To The Point. I have another, of course, message from someone via the WhatsApp. They're saying, by the logic of Mr. Rollo, we are not emancipated either. Emancipation was also passed by an act of the Parliament of London. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you are live. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
I have a question I'd like to ask, and I want all property owners to listen carefully. When you have a house and you have land, we pay taxes on house and land. Does the government use this tax to repair my house or to fix my land? I don't understand, because why am I paying taxes on my house and my land, which is my property, and I have to continue to spend money to fix it for myself? But where's the tax money going? To do what? Or why are they collecting taxes? The house I built with my own money, the land I bought with my own money. I didn't borrow money from the government or anything. Then why are we paying taxes, and these taxes are not helping us with our house or land? I just don't understand the logic in that. And I wish all taxpayers of land and property as a whole, house and would pay attention. And it's time we ask these questions to the government and rise up. This is nonsense. What are they doing for us with our taxes that we pay? We pay taxes, yes. But what are they using money for? They don't fix my house, they don't fix the land. What is going on? And I wish they all would listen to it and pay attention, and we should address this matter to the government, present and future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, caller. Point taken. 435-2041, but we're coming right back after the break. Stay with us. It's To The Point, an open line edition for today, Thursday, the 26th day of June. Right back after the break. Stay with us. Look.
Fly the Jones swoosh, it's Lava Man, and you already know the energy. It's all about GBN Spice of the Carnat Soca Mona competition. This year is going to be greater, bolder, more exciting than ever. And it's all about the quarterfinals on the 25th of July. The 31st of July will be the semi-finals, and August 8th, finals. Artists, if you think you have what it takes to own the stage, now is your chance. Get there, be there, see you there. Lava Man, the real mad one. Fly the Jones swoosh. GBN Spice of the Carnat Soca Mona competition.
The Mount Morris Community Development Organization invites you to our West Indian breakfast on Sunday, June 29th from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m.
at the Mount Morris Community Center grounds. Come enjoy local breakfast delicacies, all made by the residents of Mount Morris,
which includes a vegetarian option for only $25. Also available on sale, pastries and a solid bar, fresh produce from the farmers market.
The best part, there's a playground and a bouncing castle for the kids. Let's go.
So bring the kids along. This breakfast is our pan breakfast featuring River Road Pan Wizards as we get ready for Spice Mass 2025.
Also providing music is our very own in-house DJ Slick. We'll be on the ones and twos. Sponsors: Clack Scott Rum,
Hubbard's,
Trend Graphics, Power 95 FM,
Batagrenada.com,
and Dynamic Realty. You don't want to miss this breakfast.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers. It's, of course, it's to the point for today, Thursday, the 26th day of June. It's an open line edition this morning, which means you listeners and viewers have the opportunity to call in and express your views and concern on today's edition. 435-2041. You have both the WhatsApp and the direct line that you can, of course, use to call in. Once again, 435-2041. The lines are now open. Let's hear from you, folks. What's on your mind this morning? Yeah, is there an issue within your community? Is there an issue in general that you may like to bring to the fore this morning? Feel free to do so. 435-2041. The lines are now open to you. Let's hear from you, folks. And let's say good morning to those of you who are, of course, at home this morning, probably getting some the laundry done. It's probably a day off from work. Some folks do get that on a Thursday. Lucky you. And hope you are, of course, making good use of it for today. I spoke to someone who's actually have their day off from work today. It's a bit unusual, but hey, it's when it falls, right? Good morning to you. And I certainly hope you have a good one. Once again, the lines are open, folks. Open line edition up to the point for today. 435-2041. Good morning to the drivers on the nation's roads. We had some showers earlier this morning, so there's still maybe areas around where the roads are still wet. I beg of you to drive along with that due care and attention. All right, so if there's no reason for you to go beyond the speed limit, don't do that, folks. Don't do that. And look at further road users also. 435-2041. Open line edition offered to the point here on Classic Radio and GBN TV. Let's hear from you, folks. Let's hear from you. The lines are now opened once again. 435-2041. Those of you who are, of course, probably driving along in your private vehicles, good morning to you. Those of you on a bus listening to the point this morning, good morning to you also. Certainly hope that all is well with you. We do have a caller. Let's go back to the phone line. We lost that caller there, and probably a bit too quick on the pressing of those buttons there. 435-2041, 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you are live. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, GT.
Good morning to you.
And morning to your listeners and the viewers. I'm tempted to call. I was just motivated to call on the basis of one of your callers that asked what the tax money that we pay. I mean, what is being done for, what is being used for. And it obviously, common sense would tell you that was used to pay the police. That was used to pay the various people in the hospitals and the various institutions in government and so on. But more particularly, I want to say, it's a paid the debt that have been incurred since 84 that we have been going into all the time. And I said since 84, I didn't demark any period except from 84. So we've been promised that we have been taken to heaven, and in the while we have been taken to hell with that heavy debt burden. So we have had to go to the IMF. The IMF are asked to do certain things, austerity and so on, and we don't make a link with those things. People complain about the problem in the government bureaucracy and so on. They forget we had 3 for 10. So there's a deficiency or there's a deficit in the government service, and there's no doubt about it. Because over the years, particularly when we went to the IMF, there was prescription that you had to cut certain things, limit certain things, and so this is where we are now. So we have a problem where the administration now has to try and salvage, manage, and all kinds of things. So we spend more money paying debt, which we should be improving school, hospitals, and so on, building communities, and so on. The debt, the same money that people used to boast and say, oh, the economy growing, which was a lie all the while. Now, in terms of an international point of view, It's interesting that we don't have very much discussion and debate. I heard somebody calling for the colonial institution, the BBC, to be given more prominence here. We should be ashamed. It is known that the BBC is an instrument of the same colonials, the same people who have caused us to be in the mess we're in the sense that we don't even know we are who are. We deny that we this